So this portion of the video is going to be me putting on my makeup. So I have a Diet Dr. Pepper here. You may be seeing me drink. This is my brush bag. Slash it has like some little things in it. So I'm going to spread it out on my kitchen table. And then I'll put them back in the bag as I go. But yeah, this little bag was in the dollar spot at Target. There's a 2-pack. And it has like a little clear front and then a big pocket. And then a little mesh pocket too. So it's really convenient. So I have that bag. And then I don't know where I got this bag from. But I got this bag from somewhere. It's very pretty. So I'm gonna put this out. So today is the 16th. It is my anniversary with my boyfriend, but I am at the lake house. You probably can tell by the title of the video, being the lake house morning routine. So I'm not with my boyfriend, unfortunately, but we're gonna celebrate on the 20th when I go back. We're gonna go to a jazz restaurant, so they should have jazz music, hopefully. We're gonna go for lunch, so they might not have jazz music, but they're gonna have like Louisiana style food, and then we're gonna go to the plaza, which is like a shopping area in Kansas, so in Kansas City. So first, I'm gonna start off with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I'm gonna do quite a decent amount. This stuff is really gripping, like it says. So I've done my skincare beforehand, so I have some lip balm still on, but so that's, and my SPF is on underneath, so I am not putting SPF on. So I did that. Next, I like to prep my foundation with concealer. I don't need this. I forgot a setting powder when I packed, because I packed so quickly my makeup, because I didn't know if I was going to even bring it or not, because I've been wearing makeup kind of the last couple weeks, but I forgot the powder brush, so I've been setting with bronzer, so I've been a bit bronzy, but we're just going to conceal any areas that might be a problem. It's a bit different doing it into a camera, but I'm also going to put that over top of it, so I'm going to leave that out. But then I'm going to use the Morphe M6 brush. It's a bit dirty, but I love this brush. It's a good foundation brush, but I also use it for concealer. And you kind of like dab. You don't pull, just dab. And you can kind of like dab and pull a little bit if you need to move the product. I'm gonna put my hair behind my ears, even though I hate that. But yeah, so I'm at the lake for another couple days. My mom will be here soon to pick me up, so I'll be home on the 20th for sure. So whether we leave on the 20th or we leave on the 19th, but I'll be home the 20th, so me and Nate can go celebrate our anniversary. I'm really excited to go to the plaza, and I'm excited to go to lunch. My nose is dripping a little bit. I don't want to get it into my makeup. I need a break. I made a coffee, but I'm drinking that first because I had that with breakfast. I didn't show breakfast, but I had the little cinnamon waffles from Eggo. Lego my Eggos. So this also has some foundation on it, so that's why it kind of looks pretty full coverage already. Then I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow concealer. I love how it's a pink top. So pretty. With a nice fair color. I think this is the lightest color they have. I'm a pretty fair person. So I just do a little bit. So I do one dab all the way throughout. Because with concealer, it's medium coverage. And that's what I like. I like medium coverage, not full coverage. I used to love full coverage in high school, but also bring it down your neck a little. Any excess. This might be. I usually use a beauty blender after, but I also forgot the beauty blender, so those are the only two things I forgot though, so that's decent. The powder and the beauty blender, which neither were super important because I found replacements. At least I brought this brush, so I had something and I didn't have to use my hands. But I go through all of it. Then that looks good. Then I go back through with the concealer. This time I just kind of dab it and then I pull it outwards because this is also a brightener. And then I use it in all of my highlighting spots. So I'm gonna contour, so I'm gonna put it underneath my contour. Bring it down again. That way some of our neck is similar. And then definitely you don't want to drag when you're doing your under eye because it's just such a sensitive area. And so I bring the concealer back there, and that's just so that it kind of opens up your eyes a little bit and makes them a bit brighter. And you definitely want to blend the corners of your noses because those always separate for me. And also, I'm not an expert on makeup. I used to wear makeup a lot more than I do now. So I haven't worn it in a while, so I'm not super up to date on a lot of like new tricks and different things, but I think like I like the level that I'm at. I think I know enough. This is the Fenty Beauty Stick in Soft Amber. This is a little light for me, but it's a good contour. So I do my cheeks. And bring it down from my forehead. So yeah, that's just, it's like a contour stick. And I also forgot the blending brush for the contour, so I just used the bronzer brush, and it's been fine because the bronzer goes in the same spot. So see, there's a little bit of bronzer left on there, but that's fine because bronzer will go in the same spot. And then I put any excess on my neck so that if anything, my neck kind of cuts a little bit. I'm also not used to doing this into the camera, so I don't know if it will look good or not, but here's to trying. Then I use the Huda Beauty stick in Proudly Pink, and I smile and then put it on my cheekbones. And then I put a little bit on my nose, just a tad though on my nose because you don't want too much. Then I use this e.l.f. small stipple brush, And also this bronzer brush is the blush brush from Real Techniques, but I just dab it in to kind of blend it. And see, it's like, it's pretty pink, but then when you blend it out, it's not super bright, especially when you put a blush topper on it, like the powder. You can kind of dull it down. It looks way brighter in the thing, but when you blend it into your skin, it becomes pretty. So there's that. Next we're gonna do bronzer and set with the bronzer. So I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm going to get this Charlotte Tilbury one at some point, but because this one has shimmer, so I want a matte one along with this one because I do really like this one. And then I use just a little bit in my T-zone and underneath my eyes. This will just kind of darken up your whole area, but I just don't have a setting powder, like I said, so this is the best I can do. I'm not putting blush all over my face. So that's the end of that brush. I've been putting the brushes in the wrong spot, so let me fix that quick. Then while I have the bronzer out, I use the Sephora Airbrush Crease 31. And I put it on my eyelid and in my crease. And I put quite a bit on there. This brush is a bit denser, so I kind of use it to just put the product on, and then I blend it out. Then I use the Morphe M441 shadow brush or crease brush, and I just run it through my crease a bit more and blend it out. It's supposed to be pretty light. I don't like to do a lot on my shadow. And then I use the Sonia Kashuk number 109 brush and just blend all of it. It's just kind of like a fluffy crease brush. So I just do that pretty quickly. And then I use this Real Techniques like little baby brush. I don't know the name of it because it rubbed off because I use it that much, but I just put it underneath my eyes. Just a little bit. There you go. Then I use the Tarte blush in Risque with that same stipple brush. It's like the pan is turned. I think it's funny. But I think I got it like in a set or something. So I wasn't going to return the set because of it. little bit on the nose. Just because my nose gets red anyway, so it might as well start that way. That's how I feel. Then I use the Becca bronzer in Moonstone. Look at how much I've used of this. I've hit pan. I love this stuff. I use the setting brush from Real Techniques. I think it's perfect for highlight. I kind of do the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and my cupid's bow. And then I use this little crease brush from e.l.f. It's super inexpensive. I highly recommend it just for your inner corner. It's like the perfect size just to fit right there. Beautiful. I love highlight in my inner corner. It just brightens up my eyes. Next we're gonna do brows. So I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown. This is hard because it's kind of pixelated, so I think that looks good. This brow's a bit thin. So there's that. Then I use the Kosas Air Brow. I really don't spend a lot of time on my brows. I don't really care about my brows like some people do. I have pretty full brows, so not to brag. Then I use the Flower setting spray and drench my face. It's pleasant. So now my face is soaking wet, so instead of doing mascara, which might run, I'm gonna use this I'm gonna do my lips. I'm gonna use the MAC Subculture lip one. You can see I need to sharpen it. But I swear the MAC ones stay on all day, even when your lipstick comes off. This is just like a pretty pink nude. Then I have a little Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk that I just put a little bit on my bottom lip because it's pretty dark. I think it's Pillow Talk 2. Yeah, it's a medium. So it's a bit dark for me. Then I use the Pillow Talk like cream lipstick. That's a bit shiny, like a lip balm. And dab that on there. That's my lip combo for this trip because that's what I packed. I love the Kosas lip oil, so I normally do like a lip liner in that, but I brought that. So next we're gonna curl my lashes. Try not to pinch my eyes. This part's gonna be kind of hard doing mascara because you can't even see your lashes. I'm gonna call that good. Not good because they're like nude because of the foundation. I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Voluminous Waterproof just because it's the only waterproof mascara I have. just blend out your creases. That's my makeup look. So next, I'm probably just going to, for the rest of this day, I'm going to edit this video and just work on some things for YouTube and work on some things for everyday life, like applying for jobs and stuff like that. So that's what my day is going to look like. But this is my shirt that I'm wearing. I love this necklace. I just want to show you. It has stars. And I put a Pandora charm on there, and it's a happily ever after one. But it has Minnie, Mickey, and then fireworks in the castle. I love that necklace. And then I have these earrings on. These bracelets from Pura Vida, and my ring. This is from Pandora. And I always put a heart in my hair. So that's my makeup routine. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below what your morning routine is like. And like this video, subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.